Over this past weekend, Willie came down with a cough, and I noticed that his breathing was really labored, and we were actually out of town, and I just got really concerned about kind of his health, and so we made it back to DC, and then we called our doctor on Sunday night, and they said, yeah, you should bring him into Children's. So we live right on Capitol Hill, so it's very convenient to get over here to Children's, and we got here around, I would say, late in the evening, and we checked in with a nurse, and they immediately brought us back because they recognized that he was having problems with breathing, and we spent a couple hours in the emergency room getting some different treatments that all the nurses and doctors were great. They were really sensitive to the fact that he was exhausted, I was exhausted, and it was just really nerve-wracking because it was his breathing, which just is like sensitive, and they were able to get him stabilized, and but unfortunately we had to be admitted, and so we're on, I guess, day 2, maybe being here for day 3, because they want to make sure that he is really, strong and healthy when he leaves. And they've diagnosed him with viral pneumonia. So we've been hanging out in the hospital. And I have to say that the doctors, the nurses, all the staff here are so supportive and thoughtful for not only the kids but the parents, and it's scary when your kid. Okay. It's scary when your kid's sick, and so being here and knowing that you have folks who are going to take care of kids is really awesome. And look, I mean, he's a healthy boy, and this was just a pneumonia, which in the whole scheme of things is relatively minor. And I think they take every illness, no matter what it is, very seriously, and make sure that the kids are going to be healthy and happy when they leave, and also really happy while they're here. Our son has been in this room for many hours, more than a day, and Alicia and the folks here have brought in toys and played with him and just made it really helpful or easier on myself and my husband. We also have a 15-month-old, so my husband and I have to kind of switch off, and the hospital is really understanding about that. And my 15-month-old actually broke his arm about 2 months ago, and so we had another children's hospital experience, but he didn't have to, be admitted, but they were equally awesome and took care of him, and he has his cast off, and he's as good as new.
Well, and to have this kind of care, I mean, you're just living on Capitol Hill, to come over here is phenomenal.
Yes, we feel really lucky, and I think that everybody in the DC region is really lucky to have such a world-renowned children's hospital here that has all the expertise and resources and support to make sure that no matter what kid walks in the door, that they're taken care of. And so I know that we'll be doing our part to make sure Children's Hospital has the resources that it needs, and we certainly encourage others to do the same, because it's your kids. You need to take care of them.
And so, you're talking about all the wonderful people with the team. Even walking down to the room, I mean, the child life specialist is like, I've got the stuff to play with the horses with Willie, and I've got the Play-Doh for this room, and I've got this, and they're taking care of the kids, but they're also helping you guys to say, hey, we're here. This is hard and sometimes really tough. We're here with you. Yeah. That has to feel amazing.
It's awesome. When Alicia walked in the door this morning, we were climbing the walls because we had to stay in this room. Willie can't go out. And so having somebody to relieve me for a little bit, I've been here since last night. This is night number 2, staying in the hospital, sleeping in the same bed as him. And so it's just been, as you say, like, they get it, and they're here to help not just the kids but the parents or the caregivers, and so it's been really great.
Some of when we talk to patients and families, it's just like the stuff that the kids have access to here, just to be able to help them stay
Yes.
kids while they're here
Yes.
and live life
Yeah.
as much as possible is
Well-
amazing. And that's some of the money that's coming in from these Care-A-Thons able to purchase things like this, so it makes it so important.
And beyond, yes, my son really loves horses, so Alicia was able to find a big, huge new horse for Willie in their stable of toys, which she told me earlier are all donations. There's not something, you know, that the hospital has the resources for, but through the goodness out of people's hearts, there's this toy stash that really brightened up his morning. And yesterday wasn't just toys, but they had a couple of artists, musicians come in and like play the ukulele and do some other fun stuff with Will, kind of, which really brightened his day. So to your point, there's a lot of support that needs to happen to make sure that the kids get everything that they need, both medically but also emotionally, and to make sure that they're have as good experience as they can in the hospital.
And it's just great to be in here and hear him smile and laugh in the background, even though he's going through all of this. It's just, it's great.
Yes.
This has to be comforting for
Yes,
you.
it is very comforting. And again, I feel so thankful that, you know, what he has is relatively minor. Obviously, we're in here for a couple days, but that's just to make sure that he is healthy. And I just feel so thankful for not just me, but everyone here to have this hospital that can take such good care of these kids.
We're again in another room feeling grateful and thankful, and we can't help but thank you for being a part of our Care-A-Thon this year. Another great reason for you to give for the B101.5 Care-A-Thon.